Now let's move into the online dating circle of life. Now, I created this online dating circle of life because it is what I went through, and it's what I see a lot of my clients going through when they come in saying that they're having a horrible experience with online dating. And I ask them what they have been doing with online dating, and it usually kind of fits into this online dating circle of life. Now, the reason that I created this is it's what I did over and over again. And I wanted to bring this out into the world because I want people to realize that it's not just them. They're not alone. Everything that you've been through, other people have been through too, several times. And, once we realize what it is we're doing and that it is similar to what other people are doing, then we can take power to change it. So, online dating is an amazing tool, but that's all it is one tool out of a whole repertoire of tools for dating. But if we are only exclusively using online dating as our main tool for dating and nothing else, we're going to have an extremely skewed mindset around dating. So when people move into the online dating space, rarely is it the actual online dating that disappoints them. It's the expectation of the results from online dating that is going to disappoint them. So first thing I want to do is manage expectations. So number one, we move into the dating world. So we enter into the dating world without knowing any other way to date. And we're like, okay, now we're dating, as if we weren't dating before that, or as if we weren't single before we went online dating. But because we downloaded an app, we are now dating. And we don't have any other way to know how to date. And your poor friends have no idea how to help you with dating. And so they say, download Tinder, download Bumble, download Hinge, download Match.com and, get swiping. That's how you can get dating, because guaranteed majority of you, your first profile, if not your current profile, was built while you were at your friend's house complaining about being single and having no idea where to meet men or women. Or it was late on a Sunday night, your 23rd lonely Sunday, and so you download online dating, one of the apps, and you put together a half-assed profile. And half-assed profile, what does that mean? It means you follow the prompts and you just throw up a bunch of random pictures from Facebook or Instagram, and you put together some random words and then you fill out what it is you're looking for and who you are, just to get to the matches as quickly as possible. And then we don't even reflect back on that existing profile. But that profile is a full representation of who you are and what you're putting out into the world. And we put together a half-assed profile just to get to the matches as quickly as possible. And then number two, we start swiping. We start swiping with the story of our friend meeting their soulmate in the first week as our expectation of this process. Or our brother. My brother got married from online dating, but from a gal that he met online dating. Or a coworker that only had to be online for 1 week and her first match was Steven and they went on one date and that's all she needed to do, and now they're married with 25 million kids, So those are our expectations. That is the fairy tale that we have in our head when we go into the online dating space. That is the highest expectation for an app on the market. That is the highest expectation of changing someone's life, all from one app on a phone. That is the highest expectation of an app on the market. And then that doesn't happen. That fairy tale that happened to your friend, she was just lucky. My brother, he had done that over 10 years ago when online dating was much simpler and those that were on there were only serious about finding their partnership. That coworker, again, they were just lucky. Majority of the time, that does not happen for people. And then we start moving into step 3, which is enduring boring conversations, inappropriate messages, stand-ups, being ghosted, and just honestly probably blah dates. And considering our expectation was we were going to meet the love of our life in the first week or month, that is extremely humbling and extremely frustrating and extremely annoying. So then we move into phase 4, step 4, which is we then start projecting our disappointment of this whole process onto the men and women that we're talking to, which then amplifies the online dating negative experience. So before we know it, we were this beautiful, fresh human that came into the online dating space extremely naive and honestly probably very attractive because of that naivety. And then we got inundated with these people that have been on here for 4 years, 5 years. The amazing people that jump on, jump off, or the ones that are just normal, they're not the ones that are matching with the brand new people right away and just like inundating their inbox. They are the ones that are hanging back, waiting their turn, being normal. But we don't see them right away. But we sure do start projecting our disappointment on them when we do end up meeting them. So we can meet amazing potential partners in the first week, the first month, but very quickly we start becoming an online dater, and we are using the lingo. We are throwing the negativity out. We are being extremely picky because she has a cat and I'm allergic semi to cats and I don't want a cat. Or he is only 5'9" instead of 5'11 plus. I want someone 5 inches taller than me instead of 3 inches taller than me. And we start getting into that cycle. Are you guys there yet? Guaranteed you are, because I got there within like 2 weeks, okay? And then we move into step 5. However long this takes, it's different for everybody. It could be a month. It could be 3 months. It could be a year. But then we take the break. We take the break from dating, as if online dating is dating. It is, but we can also date by meeting people organically, by going to events, by having friends set us up. There's a million other ways to date, but we're taking a break from dating by deleting all of our apps. We're throwing our hands up in the air and we're saying there's no good people out there. And we delete our apps and we're taking a break. We're taking a break from dating. And then we're not open to it in any aspect of our life. Okay, and then what happens? We start back at number 1. We enter into the dating world because we have no other way of knowing how to date. So we enter back into the online dating world, but instead of on Tinder or instead of on Bumble or Hinge, we change the app because it's not the apps. It's not my fault that it didn't work out. It's the app. It's the app's problem. I was on Tinder. That's a hookup app. I might as well go on Bumble because women can be more selective. I'll go on Bumble next time. I'll have a better experience. Or it's because I was on Bumble and all the men, like the women have to message first. So all the men there are just lazy anyhow. Let me try this new app, Hinge. Or I'm not paying for any of this. That's why nobody's serious. Let me get on Match.com or eHarmony because people, if they're paying for it, they must be serious and of quality. That's not the case. So the first thing that we need to do before we go back into the circle of life is stop it in its tracks. And we are going to do that right now. And we are going to start with what we did wrong from the very beginning. And we are going to turn this half-assed online dating profile into a well-developed representation of who you are and what you want to put out into the world and the type of partnership that you want to attract.